What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the weekly dev stream. Excited to be here. We're getting geared up for PAX West. Really excited to have a booth there and show off the game, get some positive attention for the game. Things have been going really well. The game is really coming together, starting to look beautiful. And today, we just have a few things to show off. We last week attempted to show off tags, and I had a folder misplaced and wasn't able to upload dungeons, so we couldn't really effectively test tags. We're going to show that off a little more this week. But then also, we updated the UI for Browse Dungeons, so when you go online to browse uploaded dungeons, we were using kind of a default out-of-the-box from mod.io for that, so we've upgraded that, so we have our own custom UI now. So we'll show that off. I think it looks really nice, and it matches the rest of the UI in the game. So things are starting to look really nice. We're going to do that, and then afterwards, last week we did something fun where we kind of created some random dungeons by using a random number generator to select what kind of objects I could put in a room, and even randomizing the room size. So we're going to do a little more of that. It requires you to kind of think creatively and use the items in a fun way. So we'll do that. I think it's a cool way to show off what is kind of capable with some of the items and what you can kind of squeeze out of them creatively. So we'll do a bit of that after we do some testing. We also have some new sound effects in the game that I want to test a little later. So we'll probably pull that build up and do some testing there. But without further ado, let's go ahead and jump on in. So to start things off, let's take a look at the new UI for Browse Dungeons. And there's no couple things here. Obviously there's no music playing right now. We'll probably continue that background music. We talked about maybe doing a custom theme here, but more than likely the background music will continue playing here. And then we don't have the background image yet, like you see on the My Dungeons screen. You know, we have like the scrolling background image. We're probably going to get that added in as well here. And you can access Browse Dungeons from the main menu as well as from My Dungeons. So we've got a few ways that we filter dungeons. If you're familiar with games like Mario Maker, this is going to look pretty familiar. We like the tab system that they kind of use. I think it works really well for sorting through all your different kind of dungeons. We have new dungeons here, which is just going to show from beginning to end, and you can see we've been doing a bunch of tests. So we have all these test dungeons here, but it's just going to show from newest to oldest all the dungeons. You can browse through and take a look at them. And then when you click on a dungeon, it's going to pull up a bigger view of the dungeon, show you a bigger thumbnail, show you who designed it. So that's actually pulling the Steam user's image and name. And then it'll give you the name of the dungeon, a description, whatever description you put in. And then this is where you can like the dungeon too. So if you click this, it's going to add a like. Now, one restriction we have here that we're trying to look into if we can fix or not. It doesn't update right away. It's kind of on a timer. And that's something by design on mod.io's end, but we're going to see if there's a way that we can work around that so that the likes go in instantly. But you can tell that you've liked something if the button turns pink. So we know we've liked this dungeon, and you'll see that increment in like, I think it's like a minute or something. It'll go up to 1. This is how many times the dungeon has been downloaded. So how many plays. And yeah, we don't have it implemented yet, but you'll be able to flag dungeons. So if there's inappropriate content, if people are, using language that is offensive or whatnot, hate speech, anything like that, you can flag it. That puts it in a review queue for us so we can delist those dungeons among, other consequences. View comments. We're going to allow people to comment on dungeons. So you'll be able to leave comments and all that fun stuff. And then obviously you can play your dungeon from here. And then we also allow, see, okay, yeah, so the like updated, you can see it here, still needs to update there. Just a bit of a delay. We're looking into why that's going on. And then we have popular dungeons, and this uses some funky algorithm on the back end to decide, look at the number of plays and how popular dungeons are. This is going to be kind of hard to test right now because the game isn't live, so we don't have a lot of people jumping in and downloading dungeons. But kind of uses an algorithm to give you the dungeons that within, I think it resets every hour. So within the last hour, what dungeons were the most popular. So you could check them out. Then we have most played. This is sorted by the little yellow running guy. So how many dungeons have been downloaded. So this will go in order of most downloaded to least downloaded. And then like dungeons just shows you any of the dungeons that you have liked. They'll pop up in here. So that you can look through all the dungeons that you gave a like to. And then search is where you can search for dungeons. So here you can search by name. So if I type in, let's say, yeah, castle. It's going to bring me back any dungeons that have the word castle in the name. So we have these two right here. And then I could clear the search by clicking right there. And hang on, let me go back to that. And then we have tags. So you can see this dungeon by Adam AOE has these tags: hard, puzzle solving, standard, single player only. So I'm going to search for, this one's medium. So what I can do is if I come back here and I go castle, and then I say, but I want to see all the dungeons that have the word castle in the name and are hard. Then it's only going to bring me back this one because it has that hard tag on it. So you can search by tags, which is nice. So if I want to see all the easy, single player only, puzzle solving dungeons, it'll bring up anything with those tags. So pretty neat, and I think the UI matches really well with our existing UI in the other modes. And then if we go back, that lack of music was killing me. It's so ominous. We go into build mode, and we click on options. You'll see this tags option here. This is where you can specify the tags for the dungeon that you just saw. So you'll see we don't have a lot of tags yet. We're kind of waiting to see what kind of needs emerge from the community, what tags make sense. For now, this seems to be a good amount of tags to get the kind of dungeons you want. So if I tagged this as an easy, short and sweet troll level, and I'm going to name it the easy, short and sweet troll level. It's pretty easy, pretty short, and but it's a troll level. I'm going to save that locally, and then we'll hit upload. And we need to extend down that box. You'll see the text kind of leaks out a little bit. But now if we go to browse dungeons, and this can take a minute to populate. The dungeon has to get sent to the server. Server's got to do some checks on it, and then it needs to get sent back over to me. So it takes a little bit of time, but you'll see it pop up here in just a little while. So while we're waiting for that, what else? You can do multiple tags, so you can only do one difficulty tag, but you can do multiple for the theme. So I have a hard dungeon that's, you know, standard puzzle solving. Oh, the other thing to mention, the multiplayer tags. Hey, Pure Nix, what's going on? Thanks for swinging by. So the multiplayer tags, when you add another player, it automatically applies the multiplayer tag. So when I add all 4 players, and I say 4-player dungeon, you'll see that once it populates, it's going to show any number of players, because technically this dungeon can be played with any number. Or no, sorry, it will show 4-player because I have it set up for only 4. But if I turned off these little checkboxes, these little checkboxes here, which this is probably the last item of the UI that we need to rework. This lets you say which players are required. So if one player always has to be required, but if you want to say, oh, my dungeon allows up to 4 players, but you have to have at least 2, then you would check these 2. Or you have to have at least 3. My puzzles are designed around needing 3 players, but you could have 4 if you wanted. You would check up to 3 players. And the tags are going to update and reflect that. So if I do this, this is going to say any number of players can play this dungeon. So we'll show that off too. 4-player dungeon, any number of players. So we'll make sure that tag updates properly. Will there be any dynamic tags like average clear time or average clear percentage? We are going to do world record time. So we are going to track that and then call out the player that got the world record. So that'll be on there. Not sure on average clear time. That's a good bring up. Maybe we'll look into that. Consider it at least. Could be cool. And then here we'll do player 1 and player 2 are required. We'll upload that too and see what it gives us. So we'll say 4-player dungeon, P1 and P2 required. And it should auto-apply those tags. And you can see what this looks like if you hit play. Because we said player 1 and 2 are required, they automatically spawn in. If I hit the tilde, I can add in player 3, player 4 on the fly. Alright, let's go back and see if those dungeons populated yet. Okay, we got... Interesting, this one got uploaded, the other one's doing it. Oh, you know what? I'm being silly. So when you upload a dungeon and it's the same one, it's just going to overwrite your existing dungeon. So that's why we only have one dungeon here. But we should see This one is the 4-player dungeon. So if we hit play here, yep, this is the one that had the 4 players. Hey, Sanjay, thanks for swinging by. There we go. Okay, so it was taking a while to update, but here we go. We have 4-player dungeon, P1 and P2 required. Oh, interesting. So the tags, I don't think... Any number of players, P2, okay. So it looks like the tags here didn't properly update. So that's something that we'll have to, that's a bug for sure. We'll have to fix that. Let me make note of that. So that's a good find. Does that mean you have the opportunity to update a dungeon after an initial release? Yes, you do. You can update a dungeon and it'll actually capture the version number. So see how this says V1? I'm pretty sure that increments as you update it. I could be wrong on that. That might be something on our end to track dungeon like versions so we can revert stuff if we need to. But regardless, yeah, you can update dungeons. Which is pretty fun. Okay, so it looks like that tag didn't work. Let's try. Okay, so I'm gonna make a new one and we're gonna do, we'll put 3 players in, but only player 1 and 2 are required. And we'll put some actual tags in here too. We'll say easy puzzle solving. Player, only 1 and 2 required. Okay, upload. Okay. Again, we got to give it a minute to upload. You could keep clicking the tab to refresh. Give it a sec. And yeah, we gave each tab a color, so the color will match the little header for the title, which looks nice, just helps you know, remember which tab you're on. We did it for the search too, so if you search for something, those search results will have the same color as the search tab. There we go. Okay, so our dungeon's uploaded. So this was supposed to be 3-player. Only 1 and 2 player are required. We got 2-player, 3-player. Is that right? That's not right. Only 1 and 2 are required. Oh, that is right. That is right. Yeah, it's 2-player or 3-player, right? Because you have to have at least 2 players. My brain is like mush right now from working. You have to have 2 players, so it's 2-player, and then you can have 3 players, so it's 2-player, 3-player. Okay, it worked that time. I'm not sure why it didn't work the other time. Let me try that again. I think the bug we might have seen was because I overwrote the existing tag. I think that's what caused the issue. I think because I updated the dungeon, the tags got all wonky. Let me actually take a look at those again, because maybe it fixed. Oh, okay, yeah, we're good. The only problem is this tag. This any number of players shouldn't be there. Player 1 and 2 are required, so it's a 2-player. It's a 3-player. It's a 4-player, because you can do it up to 4-player. But any number of players should not be there. Okay. Noted. I'm going to have a lot of questions about the stuff you're exploring today and possible related features. Is that cool? If I'm asking, or would you prefer I bring them to the Discord instead? No, absolutely. Ask away. That's what we're here for. So I like a little back and forth when I'm streaming, so feel free. It's also good because people watch these on YouTube later, so they can learn a bit more about what's going on. If you have questions, I'm sure other people are having the same questions. You know. Okay, so the bug there, Thomas, if you're watching later, is that this any number of players didn't disappear when I updated a dungeon. So I updated it from an any number of players dungeon to just a 2, 3, and 4-player dungeon, and this did not disappear. Okay. If you don't have enough inputs active to meet a dungeon's minimum players, will it show in the dungeon browser? If you don't have enough inputs active. Oh, that's interesting. Yes, it will still show up. And that's kind of what the search is for. So if I come in here and I'm like, okay, I've got 2 friends with me, so we're just looking for, you know, 3-player dungeons or any number of players. I can search for that. It's going to bring me up any of the dungeons that are 3-player or any number of players. I believe you can still play it yourself with 2 controllers if you want, but these are just recommendations. Yeah, true. So yeah, it won't auto filter these tabs based on number of inputs. That gets a little wonky with the system we're integrating with, but that's kind of, I think the search is kind of at least a good workaround for that. You can search based on how many people you've got with you. And let's say we only want to play easy dungeons. Well, there aren't any, so. What else? All right, let's go back. Okay, so if I only have 1 player, 1-player dungeon. And that's going to take a minute to upload, so let's get a few things to test here. Okay, so last time we tried this and it didn't work, and it was because I overwrote it. So let's try again without overwriting it. This is 4-player, any number of players. Alright, I guess I should say only P1 required. Okay. And let's go out, make a new one. We'll do 4-player, and all 4 players are required. 4-player, all 4 required. Okay. Was it these 4? It was these 3. Okay. 1-player dungeon. So hard, version 1, standard, single player only. Okay, so that worked. 4-player only P1 is required. So that's going to give you any number of players. 2-player, 3-player, 4-player. I guess that feels a little redundant, right? If it's any number of players, we don't really need to list that it's 2-player, 3-player. Although I guess for filtering reasons, we do need to list that. Because if somebody's searching for 2-player dungeons, I guess if you search, you search for 2-player dungeons, maybe it should return anything marked just 2-player and any number of players. So, okay. That's something to think about for sure. Are there any tools you're particularly excited about that help creators share their dungeons? Or on the other side, tools that you're excited about that help players find levels of interest? That's a great question. I think we're really trying to make sure we design this in a way that makes it easy to find any kind of dungeon that you're looking for, right? So having new dungeons should help when you upload a dungeon for the first time, because this is the first tab that people are going to see. So they'll see your dungeon right here and hopefully play it. I'm hoping that'll help people that are trying to get plays on their dungeon, so that they go to the new tab, they play your dungeon. Outside of that, we have our Discord channel that we're doing. We talked about looking into down the road, like Twitch integration and that kind of thing. I think it would be really cool if we could do some kind of Twitch integration. We actually talked at PAX West last year. We talked with a company called, I don't know if this is their company name, but Warp Pipe. Anyone who plays Mario Maker is familiar with Warp Pipe. They are the ones that implement the level codes where you can, type your level code in chat and it gets added to the queue. Something like that would be really cool. It's probably going to be like a post early access thing that we'd be looking into, something like that. But would love to get like Warp Pipe or some form of Twitch integration into the game at some point. But yeah, good question for sure. I do like Discord a lot because it gets people talking, helps build up a community around the game, which is really good. But also understand that like Discord's not for everyone, and some people don't like going in there. So I want to make the game as accessible as possible. Okay, we looked at this one. And then this one is 4-player, all 4 are required. So it comes up as just 4-player. Okay, that's good. So it's working properly. It's just the updating of tags that seems to be the issue. Okay, so this one brought any number of players 2, 3, 4, which makes sense. It's true. This one, 3-player only. Okay, this one did not return any number of players, so that's good. It's working. Now let's make sure these searches are working. So I search for 2-player. 4-player, only P1 required. Okay, so that's a 2-player. 3-player, only 1 and 2 required. P1 and 2 required. Okay, so then if I search for... Warp Pipe sounds familiar now. Anyone play Super Mario Maker? Nice. Yeah, I think it's worked with, it's worked with, wow. It's integrated with some other games too, from what I remember. Okay, so let's search for 4-player. That's going to bring back 4-player, all 4 required. 4-player, 4-player. Okay, cool. Yeah, I think tags are working good. It's just the updating of them that's needs a little work. Single player only. And a lot of these we kind of just went through and retroactively applied tags to, because these are from older playtests that people uploaded. Some of these tags might not be super accurate. We'll have to go back through and check. Search for 3-player. Okay. Sweet. So yeah, if you click on a dungeon, from this view, find a good example here. We have Phantom Swamp. If you hit play, it actually auto downloads the dungeon. Or you can hit download and that'll just download it. So if I hit play, it's going to download then play the dungeon. But now if I go back to my dungeons, this one's going to appear under downloaded dungeons. You can't edit dungeons in your downloaded folder. I could duplicate it. That's going to put it into my dungeons. And then from here I can edit it. Okay. No tags here, so let's well, I don't want to upload this. Actually, I can't upload it because I duplicated it, so. So you could download a dungeon from someone else and build on top of it, then upload your version. No, you can't. Yeah, we did make it so that you can't just like straight copy a dungeon. Your dungeon had some tags. Yeah, I think it did. I think when I hit duplicate, it didn't copy your tags. Or was it? Phantom. Yeah, you've got tags. So, yeah, that's interesting. It probably should have copied your tags, I would say, when you hit duplicate. But yeah, you'll see upload is grayed out, so I can't just download someone's dungeon and then upload it, right? Because that'd be a big problem, I think. People would take the popular dungeons, clone them, upload them for themselves, you know, try to get likes. But we still let you at least edit them so that you can look through what that person did and what they set up in case you want to do it yourself. You know? Now what if I duplicate? I duplicate. That shouldn't let me upload. Let's make sure. Yeah, okay. Spore did it to some success, but that was a whole other beast. Yeah, yeah. I know Mario Maker has like some really weird logic in place where you can't upload a dungeon that you copied or like a dungeon that you already uploaded until you make like a certain amount of changes. Like once it has so much changed, then it lets you upload. It's really weird. I don't know how they do it. It's magic. Trying to think what else we could test here with the tags. I think the multiplayer stuff was the biggest thing I really wanted to test. I think the biggest bug we found is just the way that the tags don't overwrite properly. Which I think was a known issue. I think we knew that was kind of a problem, so. So, what else do we have? We had something else to show off. Oh, it was just tags, UI updates, and then I wanted to show off the sound effects that Sanjay got in. What's the metric for the popular dungeons tab? I think I saw most played and most liked, which are often considered most popular. So, we actually don't have a category right now for most liked. This is actually dungeons that you have liked. So this shows you any dungeons that you've given a like to. We are still kind of in discussions about where to put most liked, because I want that category to be captured. So it might be another tab. We'll see. Popular Dungeons is actually a feature that comes out of the box from mod.io. They've got some kind of algorithm that looks at like the past hour and how much play a dungeon has gotten, and then it refreshes every hour. So if a dungeon's getting more attention, it'll pop up to the top of this list. So it does some kind of magic there. I don't know yet how useful this is going to be. We might end up scrapping this and just changing it so that this is like most liked. But we're still exploring that a little bit. It's a little funky. And we can't really test this right now because the game's not out. So it's hard to see how well this will take off. Yeah, I definitely think having most liked somewhere is important. We'll have that either replace this or it might be its own tab. It's cool that mod.io has that popular setting. Yeah, it's pretty neat. Some of that, the filtering that they do, it's like we didn't want to get rid of it because, you know, it works and it's kind of interesting. So I want to see if it fits our needs or not before we decide nixing that. So. Thomas, if you're watching the VOD later, it does look like the Steam icons are a little low resolution. Now that might just be because we're blowing them up a little bit. It's probably not a huge deal, but if we can fix that, we should. So we can get a beautiful picture of Adam's dog here. What else? Dog emoji. What else can we test with the tags? Okay. Single player only. I guess this wouldn't make sense, right? Like, why would you be able to search for single player only and 3-player? So maybe if you click single player only and then try to click any of these, it would turn that off. would probably make sense. So if I click this and then I click 3-player, it would turn off single player only. Yeah. Or if I click, or if I click any of these and then click single player only, it would turn off any of these. We should probably do that. That'll be a nice, just a small quality of life thing. Because you'll never search for this and this, and you'll never search for, you know, this and this, or you can search for this and this. Yeah, okay. So I'll make a note of that. We should fix that. Cool. Yeah, I think that's it for tags. Really loving the UI too. I did a bunch of testing on the UI already offline. We fixed a few things. I think it's looking really good. Once we get the ability to flag dungeons in and comments, we'll do some more testing on that. Yeah, UI looks really great. Love the little animations too, the popping up and down and all that. Looks very clean, thanks. Yeah. Matt did a really good job. And Thomas did a great job getting it in here. Okay, I am actually going to go back. We are going to test out some sound effects that Sanjay got in. So I actually need to grab a different build for that, so hang on. Alright. Will OBS pick it up? Yep, there we go. Okay. So this is the build where we're testing out some new sound effects. I'm going to leave the background music playing because that's how you're going to hear it in-game, is against the background music. But if anything's kind of quiet, we'll turn off the background music and listen. We have a bunch of stuff to test out. Let me bring up the list. I think it started at... Well, I guess... Did we show all of these on stream yet? The beginning ones? We might not have. No, I don't think we did. So we should probably just start from the beginning here. Yeah, I'll do that. Started at the new sword swing effects. Are we going to get a level full of rapid fire sound effects, like those old menu-based sound effects tests in the Genesis SNES era? That'd be great. Okay, I'll start at the sword swing and then we'll work our way back if we want to show off the rest. Okay. So, when the sword hits an enemy, we have a new sound effect for that. Okay, so I hear the slime hit noise. I don't hear the sword hit. It's interesting. I think we went with that second sword hit, right? The little punch sound effect. Yeah, I've kind of come around to the slime hit noise. That doesn't sound too bad. left that off now because of something I wanted to work out for. Oh yeah, okay, no problem. Not a problem. Okay, so... okay, so we got a higher pitched version of when the lizard enemy is hit and when it dies. This one's fun. We were kind of on the fence about these ones. So chat, let me know what you think. We added some sound effects like monster noises when the enemies get hit. You just heard it with the slime. I think that one's subtle enough that it works. So let me know what you think of the lizard. Actually sounds really good. Hey Thomas, going good. Found a few bugs with or just one bug with the UI, where when you upload tags on top of each other for the player count, it was still showing any number of players along on a dungeon that I had updated so that it didn't allow any number of players. So, but yeah, you could check out the VOD on that. Not the greatest judge in sound effects, but they sound good and in theme. Good, cool. Oh, hey Matt. Thanks for swinging by. All right, we got a full house now. Yeah, did a bunch of UI testing and tag testing, and it was working really good. Other than that, and messed around with like the player count and like making players required and not, and everything was just kind of working. So it was cool. All right, here I'm gonna turn off the BGM real quick. Yeah, we originally had that sound effect in and it was a little lower pitched and didn't quite fit, and I think it sounds a lot better now. No, we left the sword hit sound out for the moment, Sanjay did, because he's working on something with it. So we'll have that in soon. Show it off next week. You'll also notice there's two different sound effects it's choosing between for the hit. I think it's really nice. Alright, cool. Notice it tends to sometimes not want to remove tags, not sure. Sounds are cool, reminds me of like Quaker Wolfenstein. Yeah. Yeah, the tag, maybe it's related to how like the likes don't update right away. Maybe the tags aren't updating right away or something. Okay, boss's new slam attack. There's a sound that the boss will make when it slams down. And the little slime should make the noise too. So you heard like that explosion noise? Not the splashy noise, that was already there. But that, that's new. I think it works really good. Definitely makes it more impactful. Let me turn the music back on. Make sure the balance is good. And because this boss soundtrack is a banger. Okay, so they should do it too. Nice. Yeah, fits really good. Big thanks to Matt for sifting through some sound effects for us. And of course Thomas or Sanjay for getting these in. been a adventure to get all these sound effects in. So. Okay, cool. Sounds really good. Increase volume of slime hit sound effect. We heard that a bunch. We turned up the volume here because you couldn't really hear it very well. I think it sounds a lot better. Oops. Makes a big difference with all the sound effects. Yeah, for sure. The only sad thing is people won't really experience the sound effects much at PAX because it's so loud. Can't really hear at the booth. We could bring a headset, but like, yeah, that's a lot. Okay, what's next? Let's see. Warthog hit noise when the warthog hits a solid object. When the warthog hits a solid... Oh, wait. Hits a solid object too. Oh, okay. So the warthog has a new hit noise. And we want it to play that hit when it runs into a solid object. So let's throw down some solid objects. A lot of solid objects. Might be too many solid objects. All right, that's good. We're good. Yeah, it's just like a little like... Sounds good. I think it works. I actually don't know what he does to stools, so I want to see. Okay, cool. Can I like trap him with the stool? Oh, that's awesome. I never thought about monster wrangling with a stool. You can like... trap him, you know? The stool is the best object in the entire game. I really like this stool. Alright, this is working. Warthog school is a little delayed. I kind of like it because it's like after he bounces back, so it's like that's when he's wincing, you know? Like he has a second to react, and then he's like, "Arr." And then that way it doesn't interfere with the like the boom of hitting something too. Yeah, I think I kind of like it. All right. Link fail noise when a link fails from circular logic. Oh, for those of you that weren't here the last few weeks, another exciting change that we got in the game, you can now put tiles underneath objects without deleting the objects. So if I want to add carpet here, I can do it. It's not going to delete anything. It's beautiful. It's an update we've been waiting literally years for. It is so awesome. I might be more excited for this than most players are, but that's okay. This is a game changer for quality of life. But anyway, link fail noise. So when a link fails to link to something, like picking up this sword and going to the stool, doesn't do anything. So it makes that little like noise. But if it does work, it makes a little clicky noise. Really satisfying clicky noise. But what we in particular did here, there was a bug where if something had circular logic, it was playing the link success noise even though it didn't connect. So quality of life tools in creations are super. Yes, indeed. Okay. So yeah, you can't do this because it creates an endless loop. And it plays the proper sound effect to show the link didn't connect. So before it was playing the success even though this didn't connect. So cool. Okay. Onward. We trim the sound effects to... I won't play those. They're just trimmed sound effects. Well, I guess let's play them, because I don't think people on the stream have heard. So, for the statue... And the statue's still a little bit of a work in progress, because we're changing how... or rather, we're going to add a sound effect when he kind of like rattles and opens. But there's a little bong when he spawns. I forgot to give myself a sword. There's a little rattle, or there will be a little rattle. But you hear that like bong noise when the red light comes on. That's when you're like getting close to within radius. And then when he's hit, he also makes a noise. And he has a death noise too. Sounds good? That's going to help a lot too, because I think what we've noticed from a lot of playtests is that people don't realize you can kill the statues. So that should help with that. Alright, Chewie. You can go on camera. He's like, what the heck is a dungeon? What the heck is a super dungeon? I don't even know, I'm a cat. Alright, enemy death. Warthog charge, we already heard. Sounds nice. Warthog death. Warthog death. Okay, so for the Warthog, when it dies, we just play the hit noise, which is fine. We didn't have like a good one that we could use. Sounds good. Nice. Kitty. Super Kitty designer. Okay, that's everything from there. It's so funny how when I scroll the scroll bar in Google Chrome, it zooms the game too. Okay, enemy bat hit. I love this one. Matt, this was such a good find. Adjust the pitch so it's not always the same sounding sound effects. Yeah, we talked about that. I'd like to do that for all of them. So first of all, the bats have a chase noise now, which I think we showed off already. Little wing flap noise. And then like a baddie scream noise. Little baddie scream. Nice. When the flame enemy dies, we ended up putting this one back in. I think we wanted to see how we feel about it. So when the flame enemies hit, makes a noise. Don't stack up, please. Okay. Yeah, it's still a little delayed. Yeah. I think it does work. We just need it to not be so delayed. I'll take a look at the sound effect if that needs adjusting. Flame enemy sound effect. Played. Check for dead space. Okay. Yeah, now I think about it, I do kind of like it. It's really, I think it's just the timing of it when it's playing is what makes it sound weird. So, yeah, if we fix that, it'll be good. Ghost. Okay, so Ghost, if you didn't hear this one yet. Kind of adorable. It's like a little... And then the when it dies. And then when it's in devil form, if you kill it with the lantern, you get that same scream, but then you also get the whoosh of the fire. So it sounds really nice. Lizard dies, we already did that. Lizard hits. Slime enemy killed. I think we've got through everything. Oh, the boss door. Boss door. I really like how this one has come out. So we added a boom at the end when the boss door opens. So good. It's so good. The little things. Chef's kiss. All right. Boss door. Okay, yeah, that's all the sound effects. Sounding great, I think, other than just the flame enemy sound effects. We'll look into that and the timing on it. So the timing's just off. I mean, yeah, it's playing like way after the hit. So that's probably on my end. That's probably some dead space on the sound effect. I'll take a look. Cool. All right, let's... I think we're good on all the testing. We tested out the UI. We tested out sound effects. Let's jump in and do some random dungeons. Whoa, wait. How did I get the old... Why am I looking at the old mod.io? Oh, I'm in the old build. I'm in the sound effects build. I'm like, what is happening? There we go. Let me relaunch and pretend like that didn't just happen. So yeah, it was fun to test out the tags and all that. But we're going to do something fun. We did this last week and it was a blast. I have some high-tech equipment here. It is an Excel spreadsheet and Google. You could pretend, but we all saw it. Yeah. And we are going to create randomly sized dungeon rooms with random items in them. So the rules are, when I create a new room, I decide randomly what the height and the width is, and then I randomly generate 3 different objects that I can use in the room. And then I have to somehow create a puzzle around those 3 objects. So, where is it? What did I do? It's a lot of untitled dungeons. Okay, so here it is. So this is what we had last week. So we ended up with poison signposts and thrones in this room. So we created a puzzle where you have to read all of the signposts in order for the door to open. And to read the signposts, you have to walk through the poison. And if you do it strategically, you will get out with half a heart left. And then in this room, we got graves, cracked blocks, and slimes. And we made it so that reading the graves spawned in the cracked blocks to create a little maze, and you had to like navigate around the bosses attacking you. And then you had to read all the signs to open up the door again. This room was a little less exciting. We got pillars, up blocks, and the bow. So we were just like, all right, we'll create a maze so that if we come back here later, we could do stuff. And we'll just have this be a straight shot into the next room. So you pick up the bow and you go in. And that's where we were. So we were here. So let's generate another random room. So I think what's the max size? Is it 26? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yep, 26, because 13 up to this plus. So, okay, so let's get our room size. So 1 through 26, go. Oh, sorry, 3 through 26. You can't make a 1 size room. Although that would have been hilarious. Okay, 21. 26. 25, 24, 23, 22, 21. By 6. All right, I'm going to move this over a little closer. All right, that's an interesting shaped room. All right, you know what? We're we're gonna generate the items, and then I need to feed this cat real quick because he is super mad. So 1 out of, is it 78? 78. Okay. So room 4. Item number 1 is... Whoops. There we go. Ba-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na. 56. Regular tiles. All right, room 4. That's kind of boring. All right, room 4 we get to decorate with regular tiles. And 11. Key. Okay. Room 4 gets the key. And 68. Pillar again. Alright, this is going to be another quick room. Maybe we should go up to like 5 rolls. We'll make a decision. If a room doesn't seem interesting enough, we get to add like an additional roll until it's interesting. Okay, we'll do one more roll. 5. Arrow. You coward. Alright, you're right. You're right. We're not going to do the arrow. We're going to make a simple room with just the key, regular tiles, and the pillar. Okay? Now, we could put as many keys as we want. So I don't forget, I'm just going to go like this. And pillar. Okay. And then I'll be right back because I'm going to feed this cat because he's not happy. So, quick break. Okay, I'm back. So, taking a quick break gave me some time to think. And I think the best thing we can do here is just create a simple puzzle where... Oh, and the other rule is we decided you get a closed door no matter what. Closed door open, you get to choose. Where you need to collect all the keys. And a lot of them are going to be hidden behind pillars. Okay. And that room must have a heavy ceiling. Yeah. Needs all that support. This is the cornerstone room of the dungeon. I'm gonna put some random tiles down here since we're allowed to decorate this one. All right, beautiful. This is not a good room. It's not fun. So we're just gonna move on here. Gotta collect all the keys to open the door. Boom. You got food. I gave you food. Go eat it. This cat. Okay, that room's good. Let's move on. Hopefully we get something fun here. The first couple rooms are really cool. All right. Random size, 3 to 26. Go. 8 by 12. Kind of a small room. Why do I still have a red thumb? It's interesting. What caused that? Chewie is never satisfied. It's true. Okay, we had red selected and then... Huh. Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to look back at the VOD and see why my hand was red. Didn't really matter, but anyway. 8 by 12 is our room size and our random items are... Drum roll. 64. 64 is a boss store. We can put down as many boss stores as we want. 19. Slime. All right, we got an enemy. Slime and 52. End level tile. Well, it looks like our challenge has come to an end, potentially. End level tile, slime, and boss door. I gotta rethink this challenge. There's probably a better way to do this. Like maybe we allow 5 items. I'll think about it. I'll think about it for next week. Yep. That's it. And we don't have a lot of room to work with. Oh wait, slime, not boss. I had boss on my mind. Yeah, that's true. We have doors on the list and we shouldn't. Should probably take those off. Good point. I guess I was thinking that would let you like create extra doors. So I could create a door that connects to here, you know, or like back to the start or something. I don't know. What was it? Slime, boss door, and level tile. Right. Okay. Well. We can... Good luck getting to the end level tile. You know what we could do? Oh, thank you. I forgot to do that last week too. Sing us the song of your people. Sing us the song of your people, Chewy. I was trying to think like, oh, maybe we could block this with a boss door. So like you can't get on it. But that kind of goes against the rules because we would have to move walls. But I guess the walls that are connected to a boss door should... Those don't count. We can move those. So we're going to do this. We just can't create new walls, so we'll go like this. And then... Oops. Ah, what did I do? No! Ah! There we go. Okay. Oh, that's weird. Okay. All right, door's gonna be here. So, if you think you can brave your way through all of these slimes and get to the end level tile on 3 hearts, go for it. You can have the other end of the boss door in the same room, so they would have to come back with a key to open it. Yeah, so I was thinking something similar. We're gonna leave these connected to this room, and then create some kind of obstacle here so that like later you can get something if you have the boss key. But for now, I'm allowed a normal door. Okay. Yeah, we'll go like that. So, if you can brave all these slimes and you think you can slip past to get to the end level tile, dungeon ends early. Good job. On 3 hearts, kudos to you. If not, you will go through this door and come out right here. And this is going to be an open door. And you go to the next room. I guess this can be like here. It doesn't have to be. And then the boss doors, you'll come back later and do stuff. Okay. Alright. Might be crazy. Let's see how it works. Let's play it from the beginning, and then we'll call the stream there, because it's getting late. All right. Wait, did I start? I think I need to put the player back at the beginning. I was testing. Yeah. Okay, so you gotta read all these. Read all the signs to open the door. Chewy. Get out. Woo. Nice job. Ouch, sorry about this one. Now, I think I actually took too much damage there. I might have to start over. This one was tough. Are you okay? Okay, and then we have to go up here. Why does the music sound so weird on stream? Does it sound weird? It's fine now? Okay, weird. Don't know what happened there. Did you get them all? I did, that's why I have half a heart. Read all the graves to leave the room. We will probably die here. Grave spawn in blocks. Be careful. Oh yeah, we're dead. Keep going. But how? You didn't notice any weirdness? Maybe it was just lag on Sanjay's end or something. add damage through him. We only have half a heart now. This is actually going to be tricky. Look out. No, 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 no. Okay, we're good. Don't go left. Soft lock. Almost there. Nice. Now wait, why didn't the other two slimes spawn? I could have sworn I have 2 more slimes in here. We'll have to check that out. Alright, we got the bow. Grab our keys. Okay, and then here's where we're feeling brave on half a heart. You can go for it. Let's do one more try. And the only thing that stinks about this part is we have to damage through him. Ah, man. I'll watch the VOD once it goes up to see if it happens again for me. Okay. Maybe another rule will be you're allowed to put a checkpoint after the rooms. Or maybe like every 3 rooms gets an auto checkpoint or something. Okay, 1 heart. I gotta figure out why the other 2 didn't spawn. I'm kind of glad, because it would have been impossible. Okay. So, we could just go in here and continue on. And we probably should have. Dang it. Dang it, we were so close. Alright, I'm calling it there. Yeah, this was fun. I'm going to refine the rules a little bit for next week. To make this a little more fun. But I like how this kind of mode is shaping up. We'll see if down the road this turns into kind of a random mode we can work into the game. But Chewy is yelling at me to end the stream. He has thoughts, so we're going to call it there. Appreciate everybody hanging out. This was a fun one. And we will be back again next week. More fun stuff, so thank you all. I'm going to play us out with the trailer, and our Kickstarter, the notify page is up right now, so if you haven't clicked notify, please do. There's a link down below in the YouTube video if you're watching this later. Also, jump over to our Discord channel where we chat. There's a link down below for that too. And yeah, we stream every Friday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. And if you haven't wishlisted the game yet on Steam, there's a link down below for that as well. Looking forward to showing off more next week, and hope everyone has a fantastic weekend. We will see you next time. Yeah, no problem. Thanks for hanging out, Purnix. Thanks, Phantom Triforce. Thanks, Matt. Thanks, Sanjay. No, don't have to call you Phantom Triforce. Oh, and we'll be at PAX West. We have a booth. Come see us if you're going to be at PAX West.